Hello everybody and welcome back to SkySaga Alpha 9. We're over here in a blueprint. So today we're going to be going through and I think we're going to be adding just a little extra touch to the Christmas island. Now what I mean by this is I really want to go through and build a full-size version of the festive present. Now for those of you who have just started watching me or didn't watch me in the last alpha, I built a kind of 10 by 10 wooden chest, so the smaller style of these guys that we see out over the back here, and that was really good fun and I really liked that a lot. So I figured that as a kind of last hurrah to the midwinter event, I'm going to go through and I'm going to do up a festive present in the kind of 10 by 10 size, but it's probably going to end up being more along the lines of 14 by 14, or it might even be a bit higher than that because the bow on top of these festive presents is quite large. So I'm going to make this mostly out of metal, I think, which may come back to bite me because it will become a very expensive little thing to do. But I really want the deep colors that you get out of the metals and that kind of nice shine that you get as well. And yeah, we'll see where we go from there. But I'll kind of, I think, build the base up first and we'll have a look at that. Now this episode may be a little bit shorter because the next couple of days, obviously I record these a little bit in advance, but the next couple of days here where I live, it is going to get very hot, so it's going to be very hard to be in front of my computer recording this, because of course I can't have aircon or fans or anything going while I'm recording this, because they do mess up the sound a little bit. But that's okay, we'll get something done. Even if it is only these festive presents, we will get those done, we'll get those out there in the world, and you guys can come and have a bit of a look at them. Anyway, let's crack on. I'm going to throw a picture of the festive presents up on my other screen, and we're going to get cracking on this guy. So, most of the base layer is now down, so as you can see, we have our little, like, bottom section of the present, and then we have the lid of the present done. Obviously, I haven't put the actual top on this build yet, and I've left the inside hollow and a little space for a doorway. Now I'm not going to fill this space in, that's going to be up to whoever actually puts this build down. So obviously, I mean, I will build this in when I place it down myself later, but I usually don't leave decor in a blueprint like this, just because they increase the cost and some people don't use them, so I might as well just let people make their own decisions when it comes to that sort of stuff. But yes, there you go. This is coming along quite well. Obviously, the very next thing we need to do after we put the top on is we're going to need to do the ribbon. So the ribbon goes kind of 2 blocks wide and does a kind of crosshatch across the top and then down each of the sides. Once I've got the ribbon in place, we'll probably put the handles on after that, I think. And then we'll do the lock, which is going to sit at the front here. We're going to do the lock as the very last thing we do, because I just want to get everything else out of the way before we get on through and actually build the lock up. So yeah, this is, like I said, it's coming along pretty well, other than these two bugged out blocks. But that's alright, we'll have to jump out of the island and jump back again in just a second to fix those blocks up. But yeah, so top, ribbon, and then we'll do the handles and the lock. So I'm going to grab all of these guys up, build that top section, and then we'll move on and have a bit of a chat about the ribbon. I've decided to do a little bit of experimenting with my ribbon choice. So I crafted up a whole bunch of red iron blocks, blood iron blocks, as you can see here, and placed those as part of my ribbon section. Then I also grabbed out some of the red leaves and placed those down as my ribbon section, and I actually honestly think I like the leaves more. Sure, you get this kind of weird leaf texture stuff going on around them, but at the same time they look a little bit more fabric-y, and I think they look a little bit better than the very shiny metallic ribbon that I would get out of the blood iron. So I think I'm going to go through and use these leaves to get all of this stuff going. Also, it looks like I've missed a spot down there. So also, as you can probably tell by the fact that there isn't blocks over here, I have jumped out of this world and jumped back in again so that I can grab a whole bunch of stuff and fix up that gap that was, fix up those two indestructible blocks, because it's basically the only way you can solve that problem is by jumping out and jumping back in, because as far as I know, it's caused between when the disconnect between the server and your client. So jumping out and jumping back in forces the server to tell your client that the world has changed, and things happen like that. Anyway, we need to grab a few more green blocks out to fix that hole that we just saw. And then I'm going to go through and replace all of the red metal with red leaves, and I forgot about my boots replacing again. I always do that. So yeah, let's have a look at this place once I've actually fixed up that that red section. The ribbon is now done, so if we have a look at this, we've got the ribbon that goes kind of all the way over each of the sides and down each of the sides, and we've also got the little bow at the top. Now, I have gone for a bit of a simple bow design because I am really not willing to admit exactly how long it took me to get a bow design that I actually liked. It took a very, very long time. I've tried, I think, about 5 or 6 different bow designs, and the simple and easy one looks the best out of everything I've tried so far. Mostly, I think, because I haven't ever really done bows before, so it's a bit of an interesting one for me to try and do. Anyway, we've also then got little tails that hang off down the front, because those are a feature of the box as well. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to put some handles out on this side. Now, the handles are really cool because they're actually kind of sit on the side of the box, but then they actually go out and over top of the ribbon, so we can do that pretty easily. And what we're going to do that out of sun iron. We're going to do this all with sun iron chunks. Also, I am a little worried about the actual cost of this blueprint right now. As you can see, it is 200 knots and 1200 marks, but that's alright. It's probably going to be a one-off thing, and I might build one of these and then not touch it again. But anyway, we'll see how all of that stuff goes. Let's grab these blocks out and do the handles up. With the handles now in place, we are getting really, really close to actually finishing this guy off. So I think it looks pretty good from the top, just like this. I'm not too sure it looks all that great from the bottom. I think maybe the base is a little bit too narrow, but I couldn't kind of make that any thicker without making the top section thicker, and then that would just get the whole build would become a lot bigger than it currently is. So with those handles added, as I mentioned, check these guys out, look pretty good, I think. But with those added, all we have left is the lock at the front. So as you can see over here, I have a couple of purple blocks that we're going to now use to build a little bit of a lock, and I think we'll even just do this one on camera together. Now, this design is not going to be all that difficult. We're literally just going to go just like this. So the lock is going to be a little purple. Well, it's supposed to be a round purple thing, but I can't actually do round really. So we're going to do a bit of a square shape, just like that. Beautiful. So it should have a very small triangle in here as well, but once again, it's one of those things I really can't do that too well. If I had, maybe I could do that with some metal stairs. That might look good. Do I have the metal stair recipe is the next question, and if I do, what does it take? So it might actually be hard to find going through here, but I could probably check the chronicle. Okay, here we go. Iron steps. I need 4 metal plates. So let's take a quick look and see what we can do about that, because this is going to be really, really quick and easy to craft up. So let's just very, very quickly do this together, see what these guys look like. I'll go up to 8 plates, and these guys are going to come through really, really quickly because, of course, we have fast build times here in the Blueprint Studio, which is really nice. It's also, I think, the same case in the build-offs, which is just really, really helpful overall. So here we go. We're going to craft 2 of those guys up, 1 and 2, perfection. And then we need to go up here and add these, I think, to the top side, just like that. Let's take a step back. And I don't like that. Don't like that anywhere near as much as I thought I was going to. So I think this guy is now done. It is looking a little bit messy. I think what I might do is actually cut this little guy down to a 1 block wide strip, just like that. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Let's just also quickly throw an extra one of these down there, and that's going to look so much better. So we're going to get rid of that and that and that and that and that. And that's just going to free up a little bit of space and just, yeah, make the front a little bit less busy, because the front of this box is very, very busy indeed. But yeah, not really all that bad. I really actually do like this. It looks pretty cool. So anyway, now I think it's time to finish this bad boy up, get some photos and stuff done, get the blueprint sorted out, and then we'll go ahead and place this blueprint down on a home island. I'm pretty sure we're going to place this down on the Midwinter Down Under build that we did a few weeks ago. So let's go over there and check that out. Okay, so the present has now been submitted. You guys can go out there and buy it. I have a projector here, so I've got one projector, but I decided I wanted to do two of these things. I kind of want to put two down on the Midwinter Down Under Island, so I decided to come up here and grab a new one, and I thought I'd do this with you guys on camera so I can show you a little trick that I've learned. Now, when you come into the blueprint studio, you can see there are literally thousands of blueprints here. They're like just so many blueprints. If we just scroll down, you can see there's a lot of stuff in here. There's a lot of cool stuff in here, and I would definitely recommend you guys go through and have a look at this and see if you can find something in here you want to build. But one of the things that I personally do a lot is try and find my own blueprints. Now, you can go through and sort by tags and things. Also there you go. It actually has the submissions tab down here, but in the submissions tab, you actually can't grab any of these. You can just see them. So what we want to do is go back to the purchase tab and scroll all the way down to the bottom. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, all of your blueprints are down at the very bottom. So these are all of mine. They are mostly pads and things that you guys have seen me use before to build up different bits and pieces. A lot of, like I said, a lot of pads so that I can buy up and place down big areas of stone without actually having to do too much work for them, and you know, the waves and things that we've done in previous episodes. So anyway, like I said, that's where you find all of your own blueprints, and it's kind of a quick little trick if you want to go through and find some of your own. Anyway, now I've got two of these little guys, so we're going to go ahead and head over to the other island and place those down. However, I just want to have a quick check to see what metal is on sale today. Moon iron chunks. Okay, that's not going to help if anything is way too expensive. I just got to double check everything around here because I always like to check to see what colors are on sale. Obviously, doing the Joker armor and weapon set over in the adventuring videos at the moment, so I need to keep my eye out for green and purple stuff over here all the time because they're not really colors that you find out and about all that often. Anyway, let's head over to the Midwinter Island and place one of these guys down and see what we're in for. And here we are back with Snowman out in the Midwinter Down Under build. So we're going to head over here and place down our festive present. Have a quick look and see what this has actually got in it. So I want to hang it off the end because I really don't want to waste any of this grass because I kind of paid for all of this grass. So I don't really want to waste it. But there you go. That is one festive present right there. Obviously looking very ghostly right now. But if we go in here and have a quick look. Okay, so blood leaves, that's not too bad. 720. Oh my god, moss iron blocks. What is that? 107,000. Wow. Okay. So yeah, we we definitely can't do this in today's episode. I'm going to have to go through and find some moss iron blocks to go through and do. I am so glad I changed those over for leaves instead of iron blocks. Wow. This thing is just ridiculously expensive. Like even the king iron blocks. I think I can do the king iron blocks. I'm pretty sure I have enough metal to do that at home. Yeah, the king iron and the sun iron blocks, I'm pretty sure I can do those, but holy cow, the moss iron blocks. That's a lot of knots right there. So obviously this isn't going to get finished today. That's very unfortunate. I thought I had enough money to do pretty much whatever I wanted to or needed to for these blueprints, but obviously not. So we're yeah, there you go. That's a lot of money. Anyway, I'm going to put the second one down over here. So I guess my plan now is to wait for a week. Basically, I'm going to check the shops every single day, see if I can find some moss iron and just buy a whole bunch of moss iron. I'm going to have to convert it into blocks on my own and do it that way. Hopefully that'll all work. I might even be able to go through, like I said, and find some gold or some sun iron for the sun iron blocks and some king iron for the king iron blocks. just to kind of reduce the cost down even further. I'm not sure you can actually get red leaves out and about in the world, but, you know, there you go. That's one of those things. It is going to be a very expensive little beastie, but, you know, it's fun to do, and I think it looks pretty cool. So we're going to, yeah, go through with that. Oh, man, that's way too much money. Well, these things happen. So, yeah, there you go. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for today's episode. It is getting very, very hot in here, and I am worried that I'm going to burn something out in my computer if I keep going. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed that one. I know it's been a shorter episode, but we should get back to regular length episodes next week. So, I will see you then.